Mr. Speaker, today I laid for information the annual report of the Registry General for the year December 31st, 2021. The Registry General recognizes the essential role that vital statistical information plays in planning for the provision of services in areas of tourism, health, education, and housing, to name a few, and has performed his duties to a high standard in recording, collating, and presenting of the data to be included in the annual report. Mr. Speaker, in accordance with Section 19 of the Registration, Births, and Deaths Act 1949, the Registry General shall, within 90 days after the expiration of each calendar year, compile for publication in such form and manner as the Minister may approve a summary of births and deaths which occurred during the year, together with a general report of the increase or decrease of the population of Bermuda. The Registrar is required under Section 35 of the Marriage Act 1944 to publish a summary of marriages conducted each year. In preparation of the report, the Registrar has relied on information received from the Records Office of the King Edward VII Hospital relating to births, from the local funeral directors and medical practitioners in relation to deaths, and from local marriage officers and masters of Bermuda registered ships in relation to local and maritime marriages, respectively. Mr. Speaker, the report, which deals primarily with the vital statistics pertaining to the island's residential population, indicates that there has been a slight decrease in the number of births. In 2021, there were 494 births, a decrease of 47, or 8.7%, over the 541 births recorded in 2020. Also, the live birth rate of the population has decreased by 0.7 point per thousand, from 8.5 in 2020 to 7.8 in 2021. There was one baby born at the residence of the parents for the year ending 2021, which was the same number of babies born at home in 2020. Mr. Speaker, the distribution of live births by nationality based on information provided by the parents at the time of the registration of their child's birth for 2021 reflects 76.9%, or 380 of the total live births have at least one Bermudian parent. In 2021, 114, or 23.1% of births have parents who are both non-Bermudian. Mr. Speaker, honorable members are advised that in 2021, 727 deaths were recorded among residents. A death rate of 11.4 per thousand of the population for 2021 reflects an increase of 161, or 28.4%, for 566 recorded in 2020. The report also indicates that there were 3 deaths in respect of non-resident persons, which brings the total number of deaths recorded for 2021 at 730. Also, there were no stillbirths recorded in the 2021 period. Mr. Speaker, there was a decrease of 233 in the estimated resident population at the end of 2021 at 63,648, as opposed to the 63,881 residents in the population estimated in 2020. At the end of 2021, there were 2,468 more females than males in the population figures. However, from the report given and statistics recorded since 2017 and statistics provided for 2021, it would appear that there has been a significant drop in the population from statistics recorded prior to the year 2017. Honorable members will note that the population estimates were rebased in 2016 after the conduct of the 2016 Population and Housing Census. The rebase of the data is a reason why the population estimates are lower from 2016 forward. Mr. Speaker, for the year ending 31st of December 2021, there were 313 marriages performed in Bermuda, a 65 or 26.2% increase from the 248 marriages recorded in 2020. The increase can be attributed to the relaxation of social gatherings and international travel restrictions due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which appealed to couples wanting to marry that year. During 2021, marriages between parties who were both non-residents accounted for 66 or 21.1% of the total of 313. This figure for the second consecutive year breaks the trend where marriages between non-residents to exceed the number of marriages between residents, and marriages between residents and non-resident parties. The report also shows that there were 211 marriages between parties who were both residents and 36 marriages between a resident and non-resident. Mr. Speaker, of the 31 marriages recorded in 2021, 3 were same-sex marriages, which represents a decrease of 7 or 70% from the total of 10 same-sex marriages in 2020. All 3 same-sex marriages were performed by the Registry General's office as civil ceremonies. During 2021, same-sex marriages between parties were both residents accounted for 2 or 67 of the total of 3 marriages. The report also shows that same-sex marriages between a resident and non-resident accounted for 1 or 33%. There were no same-sex marriages between non-resident couples in 2021. Mr. Speaker, 28 marriages were performed on board 28 Bermuda registered ships in 2021. This total represents a decrease of 42 or 60% from the 2020 total of 70. Of the 28 maritime marriages, 1 was a same-sex marriage ceremony. The decrease is due to the COVID-19 pandemic that brought the cruise line industry to a halt in March of 2020 and did not resume operation until October 2021. There were 28 maritime marriages registered between October and December 2021. The cumulative number of marriages, local and maritime, processed through the Registry General for the year ending 31st of December 2021 was 341 as compared to 318 the year ending 2020. Mr. Speaker, the Domestic Partnership Act 2018 allowed for formalization of unions between parties. In 2021, there were 6 domestic partnership unions recorded for that period. 5 of the domestic partnership ceremonies were performed at the Registry General office, and the remaining 1 ceremony was performed at an alternative approved location as allowed under the Domestic Partnership Act of 2018. In closing, Mr. Speaker, the annual report seeks to provide an illustrative statistical digest of vital events such as live births, deaths, stillbirths, marriages, domestic partnerships, adoptions, and re-registrations of births for the year ended December 31st, 2021. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.